Alright, I hope we're alive now. I'm really sorry for what just happened. Yeah, okay, it's really sorry for what just happened. I have done a huge mistake of cleaning my laptop, like cleaning the cache, etc. on the laptop, and I was in the process of installing some stuff and cleaned my laptop afterwards. And apparently that just deleted all the login data from everything like YouTube, for example, which would have been great if I was still logged in there. But okay, the game is just starting. We are not missing anything. I think we will be just ready on time to get into the room. Let me quickly... First of all, I want to quickly join the room before anything happens. We're going to see Raid versus Vale first. Alright. Readied up. Great. And now I can just quickly get a new stream link to share on Discord as well. Because, yeah, people have to see that I'm on a different link right now. Damn, what a mess. Nothing was working suddenly. Like, neither my microphone was working, nor my webcam, nor my other camera. Nothing. Absolutely freaking nothing. What a panic. Okay. But now it is working again. Great. Great, great, great. Only I gotta share the link on Discord now. And take the old stream offline. I think sharing the stream should be more important. Yeah. I'll actually just cancel right away. Oh, it is starting, it is starting. Discord not loaded yet. Oh, come on. Yeah, I'll get into the game second too late because I really have to share this link first. At least I can already show the game. Oh no. Wrong screen. Never mind, let's just see this game first. We're going to see Dustin Killer here. In this Vickers Light Tank. Oh, Morning Myrtle actually playing for Vale at the moment. Did not know that. He was, yeah, obviously an EG where he still is. Doing the first spot. The Vickers doing the first spot in the middle here. Man, hey, damn. Give me a moment to get into the mood here. What a stress. Raid has capped base D already and base A. A is a very tricky cap to take because it is always a little bit risky to go for A as it just splits up your team quite a lot, and yeah, you might take a long time to get back up the hill if you are on A, as Messi is right now. If you are down there, then you can easily be ignored. Of course, he does have a really nice position to defend the base. But if the enemy decides to just ignore him, look at this. Raid does have 2-3 heavies here on A, basically. Only Falcon is somewhat on the upper side. He might just go up if Vale was about to decide to push the D side or the heavy side here. Raid could certainly have some big issues here. Naka already getting into a very sneaky position here. Getting to this bush right next to this house. Nope, getting crossfired on the crossing. I don't know. He will probably still be able to get there, and if he manages to get to this typical TD position, it will be almost impossible to dig him out of there. It will be a very costly push for Vale if they decide to push into this side. Raid does have some really nice formation at this point. They are very split. They are very split. With Messi down, they are really taking a lot of time to get back up. And also, like, if there was a push on the A side, then... Okay, Naka not in the corner anymore. But maybe that's a mistake to leave the corner. I think it was quite a strong position here. And it is unlikely for Vale to push the lower side. Although certainly not impossible. As we are seeing here, Eagle G going for the A cap or trying to contest it a little bit. But noticing already that there is Messi right behind in the perfect position to decap that. Just look at this position here. He's perfectly held down. It is impossible to push out Messi there, and it will also be impossible to capture the base A. But what Vale is about to do is just ignore Messi here. Go for blue. They have found their weak spot to push onto, yet the focus fire is not really on point here. Vale just splitting up the focus fire. They have shot 3 tanks down to half of their hit points. Blue is half of the hit points. S1K is down to 1 shot. Falcon is also low on hit points. Yet Vale was not really able to take out a lot of guns so far, although blue is out. And Messi had to drop down. Maybe he tried to just escape and get to help. He dropped down though. And that is the big problem of this position behind the bunker. It is very hard to get into and get out of. It might take a lot of time, and you easily drop down to the beach where you just then need a long time to get back up. Comedy here in a 1v3 situation, trying to take out Raid Blue. Probably going to be successful, but also going down for that. That was, I don't know if that was a good trade for him. Raid at this point having 876 points on the clock, which is quite a lot. And they have a lot more hit points than the Vale team, which kind of failed with a push here. Really bad focus fire on the side of Vale. Not able to take out one gun after the other. They just split up their shots onto 3 different tanks, which is absolutely not what you want to do in a tournament game. They still have 2 quite healthy tanks on the field, but they are down on A. It will not be possible for them to get back up towards the heavy side, towards the high ground. And yeah, Raid is winning this on points. That is a safe call. Okay. Let me now just quickly share the new stream link. Oh man, I was so well prepared actually, and then suddenly nothing worked. And again, Hardcore Willers, thanks for sponsoring us. Hardcore Willers is our main sponsor of this tournament, although again, this is a community tournament. It depends on every single bit of a donation. It is not a commercial tournament. None of the organizers is getting paid for that. And if you consider donating to the prize pool, that would be highly appreciated. You will find the Discord server with the PayPal links down in the description below. But for now, let me just quickly share this damn link. Oh, okay. We've got the link over here somewhere, maybe. Huh? Okay. Save. Taking out the old one. And now I'll only have to get back to the actual link and share it on Discord. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you can understand. Never do any updates right before a stream. Oh no. What the heck? And now I'm getting lags because I forgot to turn on the ventilation laptop. But okay. Good. Let's get back into the game. Alright. Now I should be fine to go for a lag-free and yeah, stream without any issues. Oh, what a great shot by Messi here into El Nopan. Big first shot into the Concept 1B, which was trying to just go for the quick peek, using his 10 degrees of gun depression to get a shot into the Messi side. And Raid is already going for a rotation here. We are seeing 3 6CTPs barreling into the left flank here. Most likely, who is going to be the focus fire? It is C getting focused down heavily. 4 6CTPs here on the side of Raid. Those are hurting. But Vale is now taking the high ground here. They maybe do have the better positions, yet they do not find a tank to focus on if they were to push onto Messi. They do not have enough tanks over here. There is also Naker still in the back, crossfiring here and covering Messi. Vale deciding to leave Messi on a few hit points left and turn around to secure their rear. But that means they have to drop down, and that, as mentioned already on the last game, is often not the best call to go for. Elysium able to take out S1K, but he is also about to get deleted in a matter of seconds. It will about Falcon getting in the kill shot if Elysium is not able to drop down to the beach. But there is already nothing that Vale can do about this anymore. Comedy here still on the upper side, but very low on hit points on his long reload. Facing 2 tanks in front of him. Criminal, Tassin Killer, trying to still get into safety on the beach here. But that is certainly not going to save them. Raid with some very aggressive play here. Not hesitating. And Vale just not reacting quick enough to secure their tanks on the flanks. Did not find the best option to push onto. Maybe they could have gone for Naker. Maybe, I don't know. They really had some issue about losing 2 tanks for free on the B cap and not having an answer to react to that. That means it is a 2-on-0 for Raid. As this is a best of 5, it will be quite tricky for Vale to turn this around at this point. There's only 1 game left to be won for Raid to win this encounter, while Vale would now have to win 3 in a row, basically. Yeah, they would have to win 3 in a row. So that's not looking too good for Vale. Let's see, New Bay is our next map. Maybe they are going to be more successful on this one. The Concept 1B, which they took for some hull down farming, so far has also not really worked out too well. I'm not convinced by this tank in the current meta. Some people are, yeah, they are praising this tank to be super damn OP. I do have my doubts about it, as it just does not have enough DPM to make up for its low alpha damage. Does not have the armor except for the turret, and it is mostly not about hull down farming, not about hull down trading. If it is a trade, a 6CTP has to peek out further, but he can just over peek, take 380 damage from the Concept 1B and put out 600 or even more with the tungsten shells into the Concept 1B in return. And therefore, yeah, the hull down capabilities do not count that much in a tournament. Let's see what is going to happen on this map here. Both teams ditching their Concept 1B now. And most likely it will be a fight for these bridges here. We're often seeing like 1 or 2 tanks getting into the middle, right below this triangle here. Or even some are going for B. Nope, 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 nope. They are not going for B. Raid is just going with 3 tanks into the middle. That means they will have only 4 tanks for the bridges here. Let's see what Vale is doing. They are having the M60s in the middle to shoot out the I7s, but I assume that some of their shots at least will bounce on the sides. Some shots flew in there, and the I7s are going for very aggressive play, just ignoring these M60s, trying to roll in here on the other flank. And they will try to kill Tusken Killer and El Nopan here. Tusken Killer is able to drop down though. He lost a lot of hit points. Raid OG, will he chase him? Yes, he will, but that might actually be a misplay here because OG puts himself into the middle of a lot of tanks of the Vale team. And he will be out of the fight, but no, it is turning out quite well so far. Raid Blue, the only one getting shot down. He is on top of the bridge here. And yeah, S1K also going down. Now Raid Blue still alive, but only as a one-shot. Hit points on the side of Vale actually right now. Although it did not look too great for Vale here. They have done a great job of turning this around by taking the bridges, and quite often it is all about the high ground. Let's see, the guns are the same on both sides, and Vale is building up on their hit point advantage. It will now all be about this kill shot here and the right focus fire. Elysium having the small gun on his M60, which will probably allow him to reload and put out a few more shots into the 60TP before dying, which will be very helpful to his teammates. Although we can see 6,000 hit points to only 3k is double than that of what the Raid team has, and their push up the bridges with the triple IS-7 was clearly not working out on this one. And it will be the first win to Vale. Only Raid Naka left on the field, and he will not survive for much longer. He can still try to drop down a bit, but the double IS-7s will kill him without any doubt. See, putting up his gun, going for the big ram, 552 damage. And El Nopan getting in the kill shot on the move. Good job here to Vale holding up this push and doing a good counter push up the bridges. But this might be the little bit of a kickstart to the mood that Vale needed at this point in order to win the next 2 matches. But they still have to win 2 more matches. But the gap to the Raid team is closing right now. Maybe they still needed to warm up a little bit. And will get back to their level. So far, Vale has done some really good performance. As we still have some time, let's quickly see the score of yesterday's games. We did have Vale on place number 1. Raid is 3rd, but those have been only 2 games. Today we are having 3 games in total for each team. That means there is still a lot possible. The first 4 places will get through. The first 2 places will immediately get over to the final stage, and that is obviously very helpful as they do not have to fear dropping out too easily anymore. Oh. No. Wrong screen. There we go. Interesting. Pressing C apparently switched the scene. I did not know about this shortcut. Gotta turn that off. Alright. Raid this time rather contesting the bridges with more tanks? No, they are going for the exact same strat as Raid is doing quite often. Taking the same strat for both sides of the map because, yeah, mostly the maps are very symmetrical. Ego here trying to be very sneaky and pushing down below the bridges, yet really getting shut down for that, and he is deciding to already go somewhere else. He will take some more shots, maybe the IS-7s will still get him. Oh, this is not looking good for Ego. He is still in the open and the IS-7s are chasing him. Will be the question though if they can get him over there, or if he is able to get around the corner safely, but he is still out of the fight, even if he manages to survive this. He won't be able to do a lot, but if Raid decides to go for this kill shot, they will waste a lot of time for him. They are also sending 2 tanks over there. No, Naka is already turning, and Vale again, not hesitating to counter push the bridges. They have the tank advantage on the bridges here. At this point, although this is not looking too great here, Vamilo already being down to a 1-shot, Ray Blue also being a 1-shot already. But it is still not looking too great for Vale here. Also, they do have the Vickers on the field, which obviously can't take a lot of shots. He does not have a lot of hit points yet. In total, the hit point advantage is on the Vale side. But with the Vickers not being able to really get into the fight, this might still be an advantage to Raid. I have my doubts about this push into the 1-shot over there was too great for Raid because they really spent a lot of time getting him. Maybe they could have just ignored him, but it is very hard to tell at this point. The hit point difference, by the way, swapped around and is now in Raid's favor. Their focus fire can be a lot better. Talking about focus fire, there was some great focus fire by Vale here, but their focus fire can be a lot better with the heavy tanks that they have. While Tusken Killer only can farm from a distance here. He can't really get into the fight. He will probably be able to take out Raid Messi though. No, not connecting this shot. And Messi is not a safe 1-shot. It would require an APCR high roll. And Elysium is not going to survive for much longer. This is not looking like Vale would have any chance anymore at this point. Elysium would have to really bounce a lot. Tusken Killer still able to take out Messi, but he is down to a 1-shot. Won't be able to do anything about 2 very healthy heavy tanks over here. There he goes. Up in flames. The cap, not important for Vale on this game. They somehow wasted a few hit points there by sending Ego down. In theory, this could have been a great move, but with the Raid having the IS-7s to the side and being able to shoot out Ego before he was getting to be annoying. Yep, Ego basically being deleted off the field for not gaining any advantage. He is not the one with the lowest damage though. S1K probably only doing some RAM damage, but I think that this 60 TP of the S1K died in a far more important position than the enemy 60 TP, which just died in a position where he was not really worth losing his hit points for the rest of the team. Alright, so much about this game. Good job here to Raid. I think Vale really struggled in a few situations there. They did not react quickly enough. They could have done more, especially on those Normandy games. And yeah, it was somehow... It felt like it was rather Vale's fault to lose this than Raid was actually winning this. Although Raid certainly did some good moves there with their pushes. But I will also have a quick look at this in a quick analysis right now. Okay, stream is fine. That is good to know. Yeah, if you have not been here earlier yet, that was really a mess what happened to me there. I have cleaned up my laptop, cleaned up the storage, and I deleted like 8 gigabytes of cache files. But that also included most of the login data. And suddenly also, for whatever reason, my laptop did not recognize any of the webcams nor the microphone anymore. Nor could it even record the audio from the desktop. That was very weird there. After all, it worked out. Okay. I just opened the stream in the background so that I can go for some quick analysis here. We don't have too much time, but it will definitely be enough for this. It's better to just have a quick time frame only for this kind of analysis actually. So let's just jump back a little bit to the start of the battles. Set it to HD, please. Thank you. It is not too great of a quality yet. Okay. Somehow my laptop is just messing around a little bit, as it seems. No, it should be fine. And my webcam was still not set up perfectly. Gotta be honest about that. Although this camera is by far better than my old one, it is just not set up properly just yet. But never mind, never mind. I will care about that later on. Never mind. Let's get over to my desktop here. And we already know that Raid won this game. But how did they win? They did have Messi here in this corner. Actually not having really the best position, as he could just easily be ignored there. One second. Okay, let's turn down the music a little bit. Good. Screen brush is what I need. Hello. Huh? Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. I promise it gets better right now. Okay, the issue here is like Raid having taken the entire map, which might seem good because if Vale would decide to push in anywhere, like if they push the upper ground, there would be crossfire from those 4 tanks. It would not be easy to push in there. But Vale, they could just ignore this tank. They could ignore this tank. And this one would also be able to move up just on time like this one. But if Vale just rotated all these tanks over there, they could kill those 3. Then they could kill this one with 2 tanks and turn for the other ones over there. So that was definitely a missed opportunity here. Vale could have just pushed the upper ground here, could have taken out these guns, because Messi was so far from the others that it would have been so freaking hard for them to reach, for Messi to reach the others and really help out. Those 2 were also a little bit of a weak spot, but it is always faster to move from the upper side to the lower ground than it is from the lower ground to the upper side. Also, gotta keep in mind, if Vale drops down all their forces. They will give up the C cap, which basically happened later on. They can try to get A, but they cannot get B, and Raid will then get D and C. They will have 2 caps for 1 on the Vale side. That's exactly what happened here. Let's just skip forward a little bit. The push came. Focus fire was really not on point on the side of Vale here. And they left a lot of low hit point tanks on the field. Comedy here also wasting basically his entire life just to get this 1 shot or 2 shots down. Should have maybe just stayed up and fought for the bases. So far, actually, Vale still had 3 caps. But Raid, they clearly won this on the trades already. And they still had more cap points on the clock. And they could just easily take out the last kill shots. The last enemies, the last of Vale were very split up and just trapped on this A cap down there. Not the best position for them to be in the later stages of the game here. Okay, next game. The next one already started in a really bad way for Vale here with the concept 1B taking a big shot for overpeaking in the middle. As you can see in a second, Messi already putting in a huge shot into the concept 1B El Nopan, like right over here. And Nopan not even penetrating, although having more gun depression. Quite a lucky shot, I believe, from Messi, and Raid is immediately rotating all the way around. That was a really nice move on this one, because they knew that there were some tanks on the top. And just look at this, Vale is still not reacting while Raid is already pushing in. They now have these 4 tanks to fight these 3, or they actually have 4 tanks over here and another one over there. That is a 5 versus 3, and they can just barrel in there. They can roll in and just put out huge shots with the tungsten shells and the big alpha of the 60 GPs. Kill the Vale guys over here in no time, and they are in this position. It is basically impossible to get out of if you are not running really early. That's a huge issue about going for the B cap. It is offering a really nice hull down position, yet if you are getting pushed onto from down there, then you are in huge trouble and can basically not run away anymore. S1K also getting smacked quite hard, but if you are seeing the hit points on the field at this point, that's, yeah, not even half of the hit points after 2 minutes only. That was a really nicely executed push by Raid, and Vale was just absolutely not quick enough to react to this. Vale also, I think they missed some spots of the rotation there from Raid. They could have just maybe had to just be a bit quicker on that actually. Okay, let's move on to the next game. This was a win to Vale. This was a win to Vale, and Raid with an interesting strat. When I was still on Raid, it was always like double E100, double mouse. And that's what we have seen from a lot of teams for a really long time. Sending double super heavies into the middle of the map, or even double autoloaders to just cover anyone that is just pushing up here. Like Vale decided for the autoloaders, but autoloaders against IS-7s, every World of Tanks Blitz player knows that IS-7 armor is really bouncy, and even for top players, you bounce some shots and it is just not worth it. If you put out a couple of shots with an autoloader into some steamrolling IS-7, it is not necessarily worth it now. But it was actually still working out for Vale, because look at the hit points right now. Vale, they lost 2 tanks, yet they took the hit point advantage because Raid really bled a lot, and it is mostly like about the high ground here, taking the bridges and you will have far better positions to shoot down, as you will be hull down and not expose your entire tank. It will be 10 times harder to penetrate you if you are on the bridges here. And Vale did a really nice job at that. Just counter pushed the bridges while Raid was pushing down and giving up the high ground here. And I think that was already it about this game. And yeah, we can already move on to the next one. On the next one, it was kind of an issue or disadvantage to Vale from the start on that they had a Vickers light tank on the field, which obviously does not offer a lot of armor nor hit points. They had a mouse to compensate for that. I think the hit point difference, it is still 600 hit points in favor of Raid right at the start of the battle. But the Vickers here at the moment only taking the B cap and already giving Raid the information of having a tank advantage in the bridge area. And on top of that, Ego is even pushing in here into the middle. I mean, the plan of this was probably to just push down, get behind the Raid team, so they would have to either turn around or push forward, where Vale would then have some nice position to hold Raid up. But I don't know if this was the best idea in this case, because Vale had a quite split tactic. They did have the mouse on the other side, they did not have a lot of speed nor firepower. There was the Vickers on the other side, which also was not really being able to help too much if Raid decided to either push forward or push back. And Ego pushing down here offered a huge weak spot that would have to be covered by the rest of Vale, and they simply did not have enough tanks over here with only, how many is it, like they had 4 tanks over here, 1 tank over here and 2 tanks on the other side that are basically out of the fight, while Raid can already shoot Ego down here with all those tanks from over there, and decided to just go for him after that with the IS-7s. Actually, one IS-7 moved up, great move there, and the other 2 IS-7s moved down to chase this one shot. And Nopan still trying to put in a shot, but I think it was not really worth it going for these IS-7s below the bridges. If Vale decided to push up a little bit more aggressively, it could have potentially worked out a lot better than what happened to them in the end. It was still costing a lot of time for Raid to just kill this one shot here, but just have a quick look at the hit points, pretty much like at the start of the battle, although with Ego being that low and the initial 600 hit point advantage to Raid, they could build up on that. And Vale does have about 1k hit point deficit in comparison to Raid. They now managed to push up, but with everyone first dropping down to see if they could still get in some crossfire there, it was not really working out, as they just spent a lot of time to get in like one shot into Messi here, which was clearly not the priority target, as this was about focusing out the others on top of the bridges first, with the Vickers coming in from behind, the mouse coming in from the side, and those 4 guys then coming in frontally. It would have been possible to just win the bridge area, but Vale would have really had to be really quick at that, as they just did not have the hit points, and the IS-7s here, they were clearly moving in. It was quite easy for them to kill Ego, but right now it is still tank advantage on the bridges. The mouse though also not really having the firepower. Might have also been an additional issue here for Vale, with the Vickers also not really being able to just get into the middle of the fight. Of course, the Vickers could possibly, he's not even going for the bridges here. The Vickers at this point, he is deciding to go into the middle and not moving up right over here, which he could have possibly done, I guess. He tried to play safely. I think it was not a bad call to play safely, but at this point it was really needed to take out some guns on top of the bridges here. And the Vickers now getting into a position where he can really not support too greatly, as there are just too many tanks in front. And those two IS-7s are already pre-aiming the Vickers, and he just basically ran straight into them. Was not able to support his teammates on the focus fire. And actually Vale still had, surprisingly, they still had a hit point advantage here. They did also have the same amount of guns. Nopan just got focused out really quickly. This probably just turned around the battle. Yeah, absolutely. Actually, just look at this. Here it is actually in favor of Vale. And where is Nopan? Where's Nopan? Ah, he's, no, he's not over there. Where is he? Wait, he just died already. Where is Nopan? There he is. Okay, there he is in quite an extended position here. Yep, he is just in the middle of everyone. And Raid did not struggle to take him out. Yeah, it would have maybe been really helpful if Vale actually managed to push away from these IS-7s that were barreling in from behind. And if Vale then just took the other sides of the bridges and managed to take out some guns before they were coming up. Keep in mind, they are still not done taking out the tanks over there. That would have been really helpful here for Vale in order to win this game. Like this, they were still trapped in the middle of a lot of guns here. The mouse and comedy basically blocking each other. It was really hard to focus out these guys at this point for Vale. Well played here by Raid. Vale messing up a little bit in my opinion. Alright, so much about this one. The next game is about to start quite soon. So let's end the stream here. Not end the stream, but just pause the replay. Alright. And I still see a lot of people dropping in here. Welcome everyone to the stream. I won't be able to respond to any of the chat messages because I am obviously having a delay of 3 minutes and will not be able to answer to you directly. Sometimes I'm paying some attention to the chat. I'm trying to at least. Yet it is not being easy to keep an eye on the chat while commentating on tournament games. But I think that's also not too important for today. Our next game will be Vale versus SNTY. And Vale really has to perform now. Okay, I'm already ready. I'm already in the room. I'm already in a team. Okay, that should not be that way. Okay. Vale versus SNTY. SNTY also having performed really well yesterday, beating Raid actually. Let me just have a quick look at the result table there, as we are currently mostly in Group 2. On the third game, we will also see the Group 1 again, with Val versus Jones. Really expecting a lot from that game as well. But Val having shown to be like quite inconsistent in their performance so far. Yeah, SNTY just won the first game with a 3-0 against Court. And let's have a look at the live results. Good. So, round 1 and 2 have been played yesterday. And today it was round 3. Already round 4 and 5 are about to come just now. Currently in Group 2, Serenity is on first place. Are the other results already in here? Yeah. So the chart should be up to date. Serenity placing first, Raid on second, Veil on third. So far, Serenity and Raid are heading straight into the final stage. And it will still be important about their ranking on the leaderboard here, because the first of Group 1 will play the second of Group 2 and vice versa in the final stage then. So they should still give their best here. Veil and Court, how many points do they have actually? Points. Veil has a lot of points. They can still get into the first 2, I guess. But Veil would have to win against Serenity for that. And Raid, who's playing Raid right now? Raid versus ZGS. Yeah, they should win this. Raid should win this encounter. For Veil, it will be a lot trickier. Veil and Serenity, I think they are like on a similar level at this point. If Serenity is not a little bit better than Veil. But I don't know. It is very hard to judge. I have not seen a lot of battles from them so far. But from what I've seen yesterday from Serenity and today from Veil, Serenity seemed to perform slightly better. And yeah, apart from that, Raid, who will they? Yeah, Raid is about to fight ZGS here. They will fight Court after, while Veil will then meet ZGS. I guess also Veil should have the advantage on this one. So it would be very important for Veil to win this one. Raid is unlikely to lose this. It does not really seem like Veil was about to get into the top 2 here, to be honest. How is it looking? Yeah, so taking a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's maybe also check the results of Group 1 then quickly. In Group 1, we just had Loka versus TTT. Clear win to Loka here. Jones won 3-0 against Sparta. Val won 3-0 against Immo. And they really needed this one because Val was close to dropping out maybe. But here we are getting into the battle. Nope. Never mind, I just got a message. I thought it was something important. Does not really look like it. It is Yukon on this one. And Veil is mostly heading towards A, yet going to end up on a big cap deficit, as they so far only took 1 base, while Serenity, having moved towards the medium side of the map, already got 2 bases here. The mouse defending base C will be very hard to push onto. And those 60 TPs here offering some really nice crossfire from a really strong position in the middle of the map, basically being held down and spotting up any rotation from Veil if they are not moving very far on the outside. down here. There are still some campers in the back on the Vale side. Some little trap here. These M60s not being spotted. And they will try to remain that way. But it will be the question whether SNTY will fall for this trap. Because they really don't have to push in. SNTY does have the cap advantage. The STB over here. Uncommon choice actually. STB certainly a good tank. Yet not seen too often in the current meta. He does not have to get into the back of the Vale team. And yeah, it will be the question now what Vale is about to do. They will have to go for the rotation. They can't hope to work this trap out. These M60s so far are just not really helping them in any way. And yet they are still hoping for SNTY to maybe go for a move. But with SNTY not having a lot of information and having comfortable cap point advantage, they really don't need to. But all that Vale would have to do in the later stages of the game would be to stop the cap or take one kill to win this game. If it was late enough, they would be able to push the mouse here, kill the mouse, take the first kill, get the cap points because of that, and stop the C cap at the same time. But obviously Spitfires is well covered by the 60 TPs here, but taking some more damage, which he should really try to avoid at this point, because he is the weak spot. But Criminal getting pushed onto, no, it is probably El Nopan that SNTY is going for. El Nopan though, noticing that he is in trouble and already moving out, putting a great shot into the 60 TP and angling quite well. And Nopan surprisingly still almost full on hit points here. And Criminal lost a lot of hit points as well, but it looks like SNTY is struggling right now. SNTY is struggling here. They are having a lot of low hit point tanks on the field. Gribouille already went down. Let's see what is going on the other side. I was already almost missing this one here. Platt is getting focused heavily by 5 tanks over here. But if there are 5 tanks over here to fight one guy, then it means that Vale will have a tank advantage on all the other sides and parts of the map. The mouse is most likely to go down quite soon. Alvarito missing the shot here. But it is definitely still winnable, but for SNTY, but it's really not looking good. No. Vale having a lot of points on the clock already. 990, and yep, there's nothing that SNTY can do about this at this point. SNTY really failing with that push here. Why am I getting so many messages down here? I'm getting a ton of messages here. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I will turn off Discord, to be honest. I thought it was just something really important. If I'm getting a message like while streaming for that many times, and it might be something that was going wrong. It doesn't seem like that. Okay. Strong performance by Vale here. I really got a little bit distracted. I was just seeing like Discord pinging 15 times. And I was like, what the heck is going on there? Is there anything wrong about the stream? And it was not really stream related, I guess. Alright. Next game again on Yukon here. With SNTY versus Vale. SNTY somewhat having thrown this game, I guess. They had the cap point advantage, but they just, yeah, they lost a lot of hit points with their mouse, and their push on to El Nopan in the middle was an absolute failure. It was absolutely not working out there. Let's see how they are going to perform on this one now. Maybe this one will be better for SNTY, as they just need to focus on playing safely and getting some good positions. SNTY this time starting into the battle with quadruple 60 TP and 3 Russian heavies, surprisingly 1 IS-4. On the side of Vale, we do have a lot more mobility and DPM on the field, with Vale fighting with or fielding a Vickers light tank to get into the corner quite quickly. And also some M60s with their clipping potential and DPM of the small gun. But will it actually be SNTY taking the cap advantage again? Nope. Vale managed to drop down into D immediately, while A is a little bit harder to reach actually, as it seems. Vamilo here offering a possible weak spot to push onto for SNTY, already losing a few hit points. Will there fly in another shot? Nope. He is getting away safely. But still, he is very isolated over here. There is SNTY still in the corner to spot up anyone pushing in. But Vamilo would not be able to get out of there. Elysium here also supporting from the rear, possibly. But he would only be able to put out 3 shots for SNTY being able to kill Vamilo. It would not really be the best trade for Vale. Of course, this position is quite strong over there. But Vale or SNTY can't just push in from 2 different angles here and clear the spawn first. SNTY would certainly have to run. Elysium also does not have too many hit points. Look at the hit point difference actually. SNTY also losing a few more hit points here. That is over 2k hit points advantage to SNTY actually. They would only have to go in now to make use of that, and they would have to find a weak spot. Ignore the mouse. Look at this. It's so many tanks from Vale here defending the D cap that SNTY could possibly just kill C quite easily. But obviously they don't have that much information here, as we do. No one is spotted. I don't know. I did not really keep track of who has been spotted on the side of Vale. 3 guys are spotted right now. With the mouse and IS-7 being spotted over here, it should actually be quite clear for SNTY that they do have the advantage on C. And they are already going for the move here, with Gribrui and Spitfires contesting the cap. Slowly moving forward. But they are still being very careful about this. Elysium and Vamilo are in quite strong positions behind this rock here, because there might possibly be some crossfire. Not really. They are not really covered here. Comedy is still behind. And actually SNTY is still somewhat split here. They are trying to play for the caps, but they could just play for the kills. I don't think they are aware of their hit point advantage, and they are trying to go for D, as it seems, instead of just killing C here. The IS-7 here trying to go for the mouse, or trying to get in some cross shots into Vamilo. This might actually be a really nice move here from the IS-7, let's just say it like this with this impronounceable name. SNTY now having found their opportunity to push in to C here, kill Elysium, although there was also one tank lost on the side of Serenity. They are certainly still at an advantage, although Vale is doing an awesome job here of stopping all the bases at the same time. And Vale still has the cap advantage. But will it be enough? Because they are still having a hit point deficit. And Serenity only had to focus fire quite well here. It is a win to Serenity here with a kill in the end. Quite a slow-paced game concerning the amount of hit points that Serenity had more than Vale here. And they are going to switch the maps. Castilla is going to be the next one. The score is even right now, 1-1. And this map is certainly not going to decide this. Or maybe it does. Maybe it does. Of course, one team could win both sides. Although, like, one spawn has slight disadvantage in comparison to the other. And it will be Vale starting from the south spawn, which in general does have a little bit of an advantage, I guess. But it's just... No, it's actually rather the north spawn having an advantage. Okay, I'm talking bullshit right now, so don't listen. From the north spawn, you can jump into A little bit easier, actually. And you can cover the A cap. I don't have any map open here, apart from this one, which is super small. But yeah, you can cover the A cap from the corner. And that is not possible too well from the south spawn. Yet there are plenty of different tactics available. And these teams are certainly aware of those. Line-up wise, a Vickers light tank on each side of those teams here. Surprisingly, Serenity going for this IS-4 also on the previous game. Which is actually completely out of meta, but they seem to like it. They seem to like it, and they could make it work also. Of course, the IS-4 in some situations, when hull down, for example, does have the stronger turret than the IS-7. Does have a more accurate gun and better penetration on the heat. But apart from that, I don't know if the IS-4 is really worth going for in the current meta, when you can just take a 60 TP to do the same job. Tusken Killer just climbing up the hill here and going for a quick spot on A from this bush, as it seems. And he will spot up a lot of tanks here. Yep. Blind shots maybe flying in. Nope. It was on top of the hill for quite a long time. Serenity's Vickers just climbed the hill over there and is not going to do anything for quite some time. He will overlook base C. If there would be anyone trying to capture base C, this Vickers would know also. He would have some cross shots onto the hill over here. Oh, there we go already. Tusken Killer here misplaying a bit by trying to spot the outer side for the 268. He was trying to spot up Alpha Rito on his 268 on the hill there, yet taking a beating for that, and the 268 not getting punished with a single shot here, as no one from Vale was actually set up for the spot. In theory this could have worked, yet Vale was not really prepared for this. Also, they still had to keep in mind that there was the Vickers light tank on the other side of the map somewhere, and some guys on B potentially spotting him up. And Serenity actually managed to capture the base A. That's what I was talking about a little bit. It is quite easy to capture base A from the north spawn here, as you can just sneakily drop in there and get out of there quite easily with the VK90 and anyone possibly in this corner having some great support fire to help with base A. And the I7 here, I will not pronounce that name. I will not try. Having taken some really aggressive position already, and Vale is pushed down into this little ditch here. They have horrible positions at this point. 4 tanks of Vale here trapped in this little corner. They have nothing to do here. What is with no pan going on here? What is it? Disconnect? Oh, disconnect here from El Nopan. And there's nothing that Vale can do about it at this point here. Really, there is absolutely nothing that Vale can do about it. They are already having a 3k hit point deficit, but just the map control is everything here that counts. The Vickers trying to get over there, trying to catch SNTY, and he will be successful chasing him down. SNTY is out of the fight. Serenity just taking the hill positions here and taking the middle, taking the outer side of C. They have won this in no time. Also, they had the cap advantage of 1 cap. Lauro here trapped in the river, not able to do anything. If you are in this river ever, you will basically be lost already if your team is not carrying you anymore. Elysium still desperately trying to capture the base A, and actually hit points wise it is not looking too bad for Vale, but SNTY is also about to go down. Yeah, there's really nothing that Vale can do about it at this point. What a great push here from Vale to take this hill and basically push down Vale into, did I just say Vale? It was Serenity pushing onto this hill here with the I7. And Vale being trapped down here could easily get shot from lots of different angles, which they should not have allowed to happen. Magros here getting smacked on the crossing, but it was clearly not too important to keep the hit points anymore. Will Elysium still try to take the kill? He does with a ram. But it is not helping him anymore. Good job there by Serenity. Unfortunate disconnect by El Nopan as well, but I don't think that it was really game deciding here. I don't know at what point El Nopan actually disconnected. Only shot once. If it was like very early in the game, then it might have actually had an impact on the outcome, but also SNTY lost some hit points. And Serenity just played this out really well. And yeah, Nopan is being switched out. He seems to still have some internet issues here. And Nopan certainly one of the top players of the Vale team. But now Vale will be on the slightly better side of the map. Are they seriously going for a double gorilla? I would be really surprised to see that, but I doubt so. Yep, double concept 1B actually. What a flex. 1 gorilla, I7, 160TP. A double I7 actually. 160TP and the Vickers light tank. Quite a nice lineup of lots of different tanks on the field for Vale. Serenity, on the other hand, fielding a VK72. When do we ever see this tank in tournaments? Serenity really has proven to take some very uncommon tank choices, just as the T125, which is basically the old meta Kranwagen as well. What are they going to do with this setup? Maybe it is because Serenity did not play any tournaments. since last BPC. Still stuck to the old meta. IS4, E5, VK72. What is going on here? I'm going to be interested to see how Serenity is going to play this game right now. Serenity only has to win one more battle in order to win this encounter. And yeah, Vale really struggling. But Vale also does have enough points to certainly get into stage 2. It will not be too important for them, although it would actually have been really nice for them to still win this game. It is not lost yet, let's not say it like that. It is absolutely not lost for Vale yet. It would be really nice for Vale to win this one, because that would mean they maybe still get into the top 2 of their group and would possibly get into stage 3, the final stage of the tournament, straight away. Some shots flying into each direction here, yet not a single shot is connecting at this point. Kabui here was responsible for the A cap, but now giving it up. The Kranwagen is still there to possibly decap A with 3 shots, but he is shooting the Concept 1B twice. Not too bad, but he will not have a clip ready to decap A. Vale possibly able to just send their IS-7 into A, and I don't think that the Kranwagen would be able to decap enough. I'm not sure. Maybe the 60TP actually would have some shots from over there. Sneaky position on this hill. Could be that he would have shots there. Let's see his point of view. What is this position? Come on. But as you can see, he probably would have shots onto like a small part of A. Together with the Kranwagen here, there would be enough shots to defend A for quite some time, or at least get some solid hit point advantage, which Serenity, by the way, already has. As Vamilo, oh, Lauro here dropping into B and getting crossfired from lots of angles, getting beaten down here. Spitfires are also trading poorly here, getting shot by the Vickers light tank and the Griller over there. But Vamilo in his Concept 1B has lost a ton of hit points already. But a push is rolling in here with Gribuyo getting into the river here. Very good positioning. He's getting in some crossfire. The T-125 and Alvarito with his Kranwagen are rolling in from the top of the hill. And the Kranwagen, though, not having the DPM to really do a lot. But Platt is just putting in some very important shot into the Concept 1B still. And the Kranwagen with his high turret, good gun depression, easily takes him out. But there's also some push going on the other side. Vamilo is certainly going down here. It's really not looking too great for Vale here. But still, Vale is not giving up yet. They are still trying to go for some push here. Maybe they will be able to take out the IS-7. Tusken Killer, though, being stuck in place here, won't be able to 1v1 this Vickers in the corner. Criminal will most likely have the kill shot. Nope, not enough on the hit points or on the damage here. Spitfire is also being shut down to quite a few hit points only. There are lots of low hit point tanks on the field for Serenity, yet they in total have double the hit points that Vale has right now. It is not absolutely lost for Vale yet, but I highly doubt that they still have any chance here, especially with Comedy now also being taken out. Criminal here will be an easy target. And Elysium also just getting deleted here. That will be the win of this encounter for Serenity here. Great job. Great job. Very interesting lineup. Really like to see this lineup here from Serenity. As this was again a best of 5. This game was already deciding for Serenity. Alright. We still have like 15 minutes until the next game, so I will be analyzing the prior battles a little bit. And the next game is going to be Val versus Jones. Okay. That is also going to be a very interesting encounter. Val, as mentioned already, not having been too consistent so far. Also quite a new team still, but they are having some very experienced players. Jones having the top players right now that you could possibly get in a tournament team. Although Loka, EG would be at a similar level. EG not participating in this tournament as they are inactive at the moment. But Loka definitely, they should in theory have the chance. But Loka got smacked by Jones already. So Jones at the moment is definitely the favorite for winning this tournament. We will see. We will see. And yeah, we still have some minutes left until we are getting into the next battle. So I will have a quick look at how our last games turned out here. What actually happened here. So let me quickly load the stream again. And just go for a very quick analysis of what was actually causing the win or defeat on each battle. I think I've got the start of the first one here. Good. Yeah. It was not the first one. Was it? No. Already 1-0 to Vale here. So just gotta get back a little bit. Might be too far, but we will see. Alright, alright. Let's just have a quick look. I really like this position that Serenity took here. Just take a look at this. This position, one of my favorites on this map, only works if D is being contested, but that is absolutely the case. Those tanks are safe. They are very nicely hull down here. Double 60 TP having great turrets, and they can see anyone that would be possibly crossing over here, over there, over there. Like if anyone tried to push C, they would have shots and would be able to put out, I think with the tungsten shells, it is like 640, 630 alpha damage on average. So yeah, the 60 TPs would be able to just hammer out 1260 or more before the mouse was getting pushed onto. And the mouse obviously also not the easiest target to push onto. And Vale just baiting here. Baiting and waiting. But still, Vale eventually won this game. As it was really a misplay here from Serenity actually. They did not really have to go for a push. They still thought it would be a nice idea to push onto L Nopen. Although not having the information of these double M6Os camping in the rear, they could just wait it out at this point actually, and then punish any push. If they were just a little bit closer together, they could still go for a counter push on any direction, into any direction. Yet Spitfire is continuously losing hit points, and the 60 TPs soon going for a push, trying to get El Nopan, yet being far too slow to chase an IS-7 down. And yeah, it was absolutely not working out. Aoki just missing his shot, bouncing to the side of an IS-7 with the inaccurate gun of the 60 TP. And yeah, El Nopan basically getting away there unharmed. Criminal though now getting focused, but it is a mouse tank that was certainly healthy enough to hold up a lot of tanks. And Vale just taking one side of the map here, taking caps, taking out a lot of kills already. And just played this out a lot better. Gotta say it as it is. SNTY just misplayed on this one. And that was already the lose of this game for SNTY here, as they just traded poorly. So let's already get over to the next one. We are not going to spend a ton of times on the analysis part here, because our next battle is about to start quite soon. Let's have a look at game number 2. Game number 2, it was the one with SNTY actually quite soon getting a really big hit point advantage. Vale trading poorly, like literally everywhere. Everyone taking a couple of shots, and Vamilo here being in a very tricky position. Just look at this. Oh, let's pause. Let's pause right here. What SNTY could do was just send in 2 or 3 times the pressure from this side and the rest over there. They could just crossfire Vamilo, not allow him to move out of there. And then there would be only SNTY who could get killed quite easily. And Elysium was still on the left side as well. They could just take out these 3 tanks, capture base C and give up base B for that. That would have been a possible game plan here for SNTY. They had at this point already 2k hit points in advance, and yet they did not decide to go for a move until quite late in the game. But they definitely had a lot of hit points here, so they would not struggle at all. They were very careful about this though. They were really not as decisive as they could be, even with comedy in the rear here. It would have actually been really helpful if like SNTY committed more tanks over here, made sure that comedy was not about to get to the flank there, and then be the ones flanking to shoot into the rear of Vamilo. But yeah, eventually it still worked out here. Vale trying their best though to still hold up the caps, and yet they were not successful doing so. Gotta drink more. Castilla was our next map. And as we already know, SNTY won both of these. But what happened actually? SNTY was able to take the A cap here quite early. They had, that was already in the first minute, they had the VK90 in a really strong position to cover this A cap. The rest of the team being split out here, like very defensive positions by the Vickers, the 268 and the VK90. They would have great crossfire onto this hill, and SNTY already got shot down here quite heavily. And look at the map control of Vale. They really did not have the best positions here. The Concept 1Bs, I'm really not sure about those tanks here. Certainly they are great hull down tanks. Maybe one Concept 1B would be nice here for constantly decapping base A. But I would expect like, yeah, SNTY took the Kranwagen over there for these decapping shots. Was also a really nice option, as you don't really need that much DPM here, and some clip is really helpful to constantly decap base A. If there are multiple tanks in the cap, for example, then a few shots at a time would be very helpful. And the Concept 1B, if it is getting peeked onto by a 60 TP, it would just easily lose on the trade and would have to put out 2 shots for 1, and that is quite hard to do if you do have 8 seconds of reload. The enemy has 5 seconds of reload then. So Vale somehow just having to drop down here. Elnopan still in the game. Elnopan still in the game. He was about to get disconnected quite soon. But yeah, I don't know. Vale somehow tried to move over here. But there comes the disconnect. Nopan stopped. No, he's still moving. Still moving. Vale actually planned to push B. And yet they got chased down from Serenity. Great reach there by Serenity to not waste any time. Take the hill here. And yep. That was it for Vale. They were stuck in this place. Nopan disconnecting. But look at the positions here. It would not have been the best choice to push for B either. So I think it would have been a win to Vale, to Serenity in each case, even without the disconnect. So let's just have a quick look at the last game here before we are heading into Val versus Jones. Oh, I'm already way too far. Yeah, too far, too far. No, I'm not. Next game. And Serenity this time having the Kranwagen E5 lineup, sending the 60 TP onto this little hill here to have some shots like a TD. What just happened? Ah, there we go. Quality. Yeah, actually, Vale had the option here of capturing base A, I guess. Maybe, but they just kept losing a lot of hit points in different positions. Vamilo with his concept 1B losing a lot of hit points against the Kranwagen there, as he was possibly trying to get some shots into the Vickers on the other side of the map. I don't know, the Vickers probably got spotted. Yep, yeah, exactly. The Vickers Macross beat got spotted, and the Concept 1B took 2 shots for that. And it was really a huge disadvantage here to Vale, and Serenity also doing this really nice move of pushing right behind the enemy here with the IS-7, pushing into this river. That was some really clever move. Like this, Familo had to drop down as he was about to get focused. But with the IS-7 being in this river, he could just shoot into the rear and he was hull down. It was impossible to just kill this IS-7 too easily. Really well played here by Serenity. All right. Jones just won 3-1 versus Immor. Val won 3-1 against CTT. Luca won 3-1 against Sparta. And on Group 2. Yeah. Vale 3-1 against Vale. We have seen that Raid won 3-1 against ZGS. Not unexpected, to be honest. Riti winning 3-2 against Quad, actually. Okay. So let's get into the game, I would say. Already join the training room real quick. Val versus Jones. Gonna look at the password here. Okay. Got it. Okay. I need a very quick break. I will be back in a minute, right before the games are about to start. No worries about that. Alright. We are back. Teams are not ready yet. Still dropping into the room slowly. Is Val actually going to do this? I'm just seeing them having readied up with a T110 E4. Double T110 E4. No. Can't be true. Can't be true. They are trying to mess around, I believe. Also, I should not be in the team yet. Okay, they're still switching their tanks. Yeah. No way that they are going with double E4. It's far too early to talk about the lineup. Let's see if Vel will be able to perform. They do have the potential, in my opinion. Yet they do struggle with the consistency and a good performance overall. So far they are 4th in their group and they can't really afford to lose. Or maybe they are safe already, but still they really want to win, I guess. They really want to win, otherwise they will have a bad start into the next stage, as they will then fight some stronger enemy possibly earlier on. Also, they really need to win something to not lose their focus, their morals. It will hurt the team spirit quite a lot if they would lose another one. Okay, start at 21:35. So that is still 2 minutes for me. Oops, wrong scene. Still 2 minutes for me, as I do have a 3-minute delay. And yeah, Jones, basically, they have placed 3rd on the last Blitz Cup. They teamed up with BPS though, which placed 4th on the Blitz Cup. They combined the strongest players of either team and hope to be even stronger together. Might be a really nice idea. Maybe it was not. I don't know yet. Because, I don't know. I think Jones had good chances to have a really strong team without the help of anyone else. And without teaming up with BPS, they could beat BPS at that point already. And we're heading into the battle. Triple 60TP here, double I7, 268 and the Vickers for Jones. An AMX M4, interesting choice. First time we are seeing this tank in a tournament. Ice for FE215B, Concept 1B, Leopard, Super Conk, and the Vickers. I believe they are just going for some random strat because they don't really want to expose their strats here, as it is not too important, as they are quite safe to get into the next stage. I don't know. I don't know what exactly is the point here. Maybe it is actually their strat here, which I doubt, because it would be, yeah, it would consist probably of a lot more 60TPs. Or maybe they are estimating their chances to be quite low anyways. Oh, are we seeing a push here? Or have we seen a push? It is a failed push. The Vickers did not manage to get up on the hill. So Vickers and Leopard are now rotating all the way around. Their tactic was to get this push in here. Now they are stuck down there with very weak tanks. Not really having a lot of hit points on the field either. With the Vickers and Leopard. Are they trying again? Looks like it. They are trying again. I don't know for how many times they tried this now. But they managed to do the push. Yet it is not really too helpful because, yeah, Vel does not have any cap advantage. And with the Vickers on the hill, they would need Jones to push in. But why would Jones push in if they have the cap advantage already? Sooner or later, I guess Jones is still going for the push, most likely on to Kuma, and then the Vickers is not going to be of huge support to him. How far can he get there? He's in the bush, so he won't get spotted too soon. He can get in some spots where Kuma is already rotating out. And no one of Jones left on C except for Gassio Jones, who is now slowly rotating over, trying to carefully spot the C-cap. Not finding anyone just yet. I'm probably going to move up into C quite soon. Whenever Val is spotted rotating over to A, then the Vikas is most likely getting into base C. But so far he does not need to risk a lot. He does not want to waste his hit points and run into a lot of enemies. So he rather play safe. But Didi here possibly offering a weak spot to push onto for Jones, and he will struggle against the 60p, who is surprising him from behind. That exact moment that he turned his turret, he got shot by Keiko Jones. Nice track shot here, but that is not going to be enough. Look at the hit points diminishing here on the side of Val. Yet they managed to take out Whoopsie on a brawl on the upper side of the hill here. But still, look at those hit points. They are having about half of the hit points that Jones has right now. The FE215B still trying to run around, getting into cover here in order to take out the kill shot. But that is not going to work out for Val on this game. Too risky of a strat, and certainly not played well enough to make it work. The failed push onto this hill was clearly not being helpful. I don't know what they had in mind. It's not too great to not really see them trying here, to be honest. Maybe if that was an actual try to make this win, then they really did not manage to perform. 9,000 damage dealt only. I think they can do better, but that was clearly not like the level that they need to show in order to win this tournament. And it seems like they are just going for some meme strats at this point, because as it seems they have done the math. And they know they are in the stage 2, and even if they won, they would not be able to get into stage 3 immediately, as they would not have any chance of getting one of the first 2 places. So they decide to not expose their strats and rather go for some fun stuff at this point, as it seems. But yeah, they, like, if you did not get that point here, it would be the case that if they won now, they would fight the, which one is it? Like, let's have a quick look at the at the tournament info here at the format. This one it is. So the 3rd and 4th of each group will get into the upper bracket of stage 2, as you can see here, and then the 3rd will fight the 4th of the other group, and vice versa. So yeah, the difference will not be too great whether it is a win or not, as they will still have like a similar enemy against them. They are going for a push against again. Trying to push up Kuma here onto the hill. Probably sending the VK90 first. Yep, and sorry not sorry, going right after that. Going to push up Kuma here onto the hill. WZ113 GFT. Probably not the best D that we are having right now, but not a bad one. Not a bad one, especially with the special consumable of the reticle calibration. But Jones is not memeing around here. Jones is still playing serious, like true esports players. And I'm actually glad to see them take this serious and just try to get their points in order to defend the first place on the leaderboard. They would not have to, yet they are doing their best to show a good performance on this one. VK72 here trying to capture base A. He will be in a safe position right now. Yet took a lot of shots while getting into the cap. As you can see, a lot of tanks from Vel also took some shots already. Some HE flying into the VK there. Maybe it was a heat from the Bpc, 210 damage only. Or a big HE roll from the IS-7. Cannot say for sure. But Vel again has lost a ton of hit points already. And yeah, it's not looking too great for Vel. They have lost hit points. Their climb is not really working out if they do not have any cap advantage. That's always something to keep in mind, that you have to somehow be aggressive enough to get the cap advantage while still leaving a lot of tanks behind to go for this push. Actually, Val is going for a push onto General here. You might be somewhat of a weak spot, but I believe... Oh, Whoopsie getting punished here for trying to support. I believe that General is well covered, and if Val is actually committing to this push, they would be stuck in a lot of crossfire from lots of different angles here, like Kiko Jones, Object 3, Whoopsie over there, Gassio Jones also not being too far away, and Spitty right behind. It would have been a really bad push for Vel, and they noticed about this, decided to not do so, retreat immediately, and go for another option, which could have been Gassio in the middle. Yet Daze is rotating out of this, trying to work the other flank, but it is not going to be a successful counter rotation, as Jones is not hesitating, showing their dominance here. And just deleting the first two tanks off the field. Also, Didi and this E50M went down in a 1v1 against the IS-7. Certainly not what he wished for. While Val is trying to just counter push. They see not really having found any tanks over here. Spitty got shot down a little bit, but managed to escape. Where was the other IS-7 dying? I think it was over here. Yeah, one kill for Vel, but that will certainly not be enough to have any impact on the outcome of this game. Gassio here being stuck in place right in front of Kuma, about to get shot again. Nope, it is already a cap win for Jones. And it will be one more game. This one will be played on Mayan Ruins. I believe that Val is not going to really try hard for the wins at this point anymore. But we will see. Maybe they are still going to offer some better games. A lot of 60TPs this time. Looks like a more serious strat. 5 60TPs and double IS-7 to fight triple IS-7, double 60TP, 268 again. Surprising to see the 268 on this map. Most likely going to head towards the middle to get some shots into B from the balcony. The Bpc can get some quick spots on the bridges or even rotate over towards A. Might be possible for him. But we still have some time left before the next game is about to start. And Jones does not have to ready up too soon, because we set a minimum of 2 minutes for the breaks in between the battles, so that we can talk a lot more about the previous games. But I think on the last games there was not too much to talk about. I will actually also skip the analysis part this time. Only this time, usually I would not skip it even if it is the last battle. But I think it would be fine to end early today. And just, yeah, get to bed early. No, Jones still swapping some tanks out, going for a 50B still, and maybe another one, most likely double 50B, as 50Bs are rarely ever being played as a single tank only. We will see. Jones so far also not going like for super creative strats. They also don't need to do the risky kind of stuff. They can just go for some safe strats, as they just want safe wins. Want to keep their position on the leaderboard, definitely. So let's go. Last battle most likely of the day. Playmaker just having switched over to the Affy 183 on last second. Oh, it's Big Brain time, he is called right now. Let's see what Jones is doing with their lineup. BpC actually got... Oops. Hey. Getting stuck here. Whoopsie still having swapped out his BpC for the STB1. Quickly getting the C cap, as Val does not have any mediums or light tanks on the field. It was quite obvious for Jones that they would have the opportunity to get into C straight away. And Keiko is actually getting smacked here by lots of tanks from Val pushing aggressively into the city. Actually, a more serious strat on this time. Val pushing the city aggressively while contesting base B, getting the cap early on, and Jones will not be in the best positions right now. They cannot take the base B back. They do have like very little map control here, with base C only on their side. They can possibly just go for a counter rotation. That is already happening right now. We are seeing Ghosty and Keiko moving back into the spawn. They will then try to counter push into the city from over there, but the others obviously also still have to move up to get closer together. General here cutting their way a little bit and is not too far away anymore. Would Kuma and Diddy be able to get in some spots here? Nope, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Whoopsie is getting the spots in. He knows that there is not much in front, even not hiding in his bush. He was probably the one to shoot Diddy already. And Keiko also which one is it? Mac Ghosty will then be able to just counter push this spot over here, while the others can just drive through the middle to cut off Sticky, Diddy and Kuma over here. And there we go, Spitty going for the first move here, but going for the cap, not the kills. I don't know if caps are really what this is all about, although of course there are lots of cap points already on Val's side, but it will rather be about the kills. And there was an ammo rack of the 60TP here. We have missed that one, but Sticky also getting taken out. And Diddy Habibi is now in the middle of Whoopsie with his DPM and Ghosty with the armor to hold up a lot of shots. They still chasing down Whoopsie. Great shots into him here. Will be the question whether Diddy will get Whoopsie. He does not get him, but Daze is about to kill him, and this might actually be winnable too. It is not unlikely that Val is going to win this one. Cap points are on the side of Jones, yet Val has a lot more hit points on the field. Almost 2 times the amount of hit points. And it is unlikely for Jones to still win this on caps. Ghosty still trying to cap base A, you know, trying to cap it or stop it at least. Lightronics would have to take out this one shot. He's not able to. And he goes down. 960 points on the clock. Another bounce from Kuma on Spitty here. On the back of Spitty. And that was it. That was it. Well played to Jones here. Although it really did not look like they were about to win this in the end. Val was not able to get the kill shots on time. Well played. 3-0. And that was it for this match already. Great games here by Jones. Cannot say the same about Val. The last one was a better attempt, yet not really convincing here. Not really convincing. Yeah, it was absolutely not too important for Val to still win this. Let's have a look at the table, at the leaderboard right now. Last games are most likely not locked in yet, but still, if we are seeing Val here, Val does have, that's before the last games here, Jones is like, yeah, quite far in front. 12 points, they did not even really have to try. They were, oh yeah, okay, they still wanted to defend their first place because that allows them to play the second of the second group in the final stage then. But Jones and Loka are definitely already through to the final stage. That means we will not see them on the day after tomorrow, because tomorrow is a break. The day after tomorrow we will see stage 2, where the fights for the finals will happen in between the 3rd and 4th of each group. And yeah, Jones comfortably placing first here. Val being safely on place 4. Yeah, that was quite clear of a difference here. They could not drop to 5th place here anymore, as Imor cannot win more than 5 battles. That was impossible for Imor. So yeah, it was not really too important here for Val to get this win. I don't know why they actually have more points than Sparta and still are placed below. Let's reload the page maybe. I don't know. Val 9, Sparta 10. Okay, yeah. Oh, that was quick. Luca versus Immo still ongoing, but they will still get some points in a second. I'm quite sure that Luca is about to win this as well. So Sparta and Val will be in stage 2. And let's quickly show you again how this is working out. Stage 2 means it is taking place in 2 days, by the way. In 1 day there will be the whole stage 2. And yeah, it will be between Val and Sparta from group 1 to group 2. I will get in a second. They can still get into stage 3. Actually, 2 of the 4 teams that are getting into stage 2 will be able to get into stage 3 still. But Immor and TTT will drop out of the tournament already. Those, yeah, it have to be some people dropping out, some teams dropping out. Not everyone can get into the finals, right? But thanks for participating to Immor and TTT, surprisingly. But they are still first. Nope. It's, I don't know, why is it that they are on place 1 while Raid does have more points, but okay, that's not too important. Serenity and Raid are in the finals here. That means, or in stage 3 already. So we do have Serenity, Raid, Luca, and Jones in stage 3 immediately. For stage 2, we did have Vale, or we do have Vale, Riti, and I'm gonna check again, Sparta. Yeah, Sparta has performed quite well at the start of the battles already, of the tournament. And Val. Again, Vale, Riti, Sparta and Val will still play for the 2 remaining places of the final stage. They still have a chance to make it into the finals. But Cord and ZGS are also out of the tournament already. They have tried. They have definitely tried, and they have even won some games. Yet it was not enough to compete in a top 8 level. Although top 12 is what they can call themselves. Definitely, I guess. Alright. Also to Cord and ZGS, thanks a lot for participating in this tournament. Hope you had your fun. And we'll play again in the next season, maybe. So thanks for watching, guys. I think this time I will not go for an analysis of the last games, as it is not really needed with the meme games that we had there. So thanks a lot again for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to smash that like button before leaving. And yeah, maybe also consider subscribing if you want to see more, if you are new to the channel. So thanks for being here and enjoying your evening with me. So see you in 2 days most likely. Maybe even tomorrow for another kind of stream. But yeah, otherwise, see you in 2 days. Thanks for watching again. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.